Hello YouTube, Elite Legionario here, and today I'm bringing you a 5-player free-for-all on the British Grasslands map, and I shall command my least favourite faction of all, Spain. Why is it my least favourite? Because it's so bloody hard to win with them, which is they're horribly misrepresented in this game. Spain were some of the toughest warriors of the period, and a lot of Romans picked up a lot of their tactics or infantry, like the Pilar and gladius style sword and stuff, all those kind of things they picked up from the Spanish or the Iberians. Right, that's me waffling. I'll be up against Pontus, who's commanded by Augustus. There is the Seleucid player, El Hoplite. There is the Roman player, the Lawbringer, or the Julli player, and there's the Gallic player over here, Spartacus 181. I'm presuming he was just called Spartacus and he had one of those annoying connection things where it takes you out and then gives you, takes you out of the lobby and then makes you have a crappy name. So anyway, he charged me with his Cappadocians, but I'm staying in the forest. I have no intention of ever leaving this forest because I will need it against a faction like Pontus, which is leagues better than Spain. But he charges them with his Cappadocians and loses a heap of them. My line gets very messed up though. There was more of his units out here, so I had to keep my eye on them. But he's got, his Cappadocians have an enormous amount of gold and experience. My army consisted of 6 gold and 1 experience bull warriors, 4 gold naked fanatics, and 5 Balearic slingers, which are gold attack. But going up against phalanxes really is hard for Spain. But as you see, these Cappadocian cavalry. Cappadocian cavalry is some of the best cavalry in the game. Because I'm in the forest, I get a bonus in the forest and they suffer a weakness in the forest. He's going to lose tons of cavalry to me. As you can see, they're getting absolutely destroyed. But his phalanxes are proving a nuisance. My men are getting stuck on the front, and they're not really doing all that well. So I'm confident. As you can see, my bull warriors make very quick work of a lot of these cavalry units, but they're not doing very well against these phalanxes. Now that's basically because these phalanxes got quite a lot of upgrades, and barbarian troops are never good against phalanxes for a start. They're not doing terribly or anything, but can't expect miracles from them, I guess. But these Cappadocian Cav are no match whatsoever for my infantry. And if I'd been out in the open, a charge from these Cappadocians into fanatics would just pulverise them. But they held out and took down several because they're in the forest getting the bonus, while the Pontic cavalry just suffers. So his army consisted of obviously a lot of cavalry units, several Cappadocians and several. He's got a eastern general, and he's got some Pontic heavy cavalry, he's got some archers, and he's got, I think it was about 4 or 5 bronze shields with very heavy upgrades. Gives them a very good edge. My men are not doing so flash against them, but I'm outflanking them. My Balearic slingers outrange his archers, and he's got I'm trying to target some of his cavalry as well. I'm not really concerned about his cavalry as much. I probably should be targeting his phalanxes more. But Spanish skill comes to the fore in the forest. So here I'm going to intercept some of his Cappadocians. And as you can see, my fanatics actually beat that unit until they get charged by these other units. So that's a testament to the fact that cavalry are not good in forests, and how much of a bonus I get in forests. I mean, naked fanatics versus Cappadocian Cav, in the open it would be over in seconds. When you're playing as a faction like Spain, stay in the forest. It always helps. And here's cavalry getting pulverised again. Over here though, I'm not really having a lot of success against these bronze shields. I didn't really bother with much of that flank because I knew I'd just get a whole lot of arrows in my back, so there wasn't much point in it. Wouldn't have worked out either way. But over here, I'm doing well. I managed to beat this unit here because I outflank it. So I had superior speed going there. I probably didn't try and outflank enough in this fight though, so it's going to cost me. Here I move some of my Balearic slingers to around to the side so I can shoot these bronze shields. So far it's been a fairly even fight. He's lost a lot of cavalry, which was his power in this force, although his bronze shields had a lot of upgrades. It was a pretty high money game though. And there's the general, the Gallic player harassed some of his cavalry over here, but not enough to really make a big difference to the outcome. So we're still fairly even. I have some men over here which I haven't noticed yet, but I'm sure I will. And I'm moving my Balearic slingers so I can shoot the flanks of these bronze shields. I'm not really worried about the archers, although I probably should be. But I need to kill his infantry. If I can kill his infantry, his archers won't be much of a concern. I still have some Peeler left in some of these Bull Warrior units, I think. Bull Warriors and Balearic Slingers are the only redeeming factor that Spain has, but they're very expensive. They're nearly as expensive as Spartans without being nearly as good, so they're not all that cost effective and efficient to use. So here he's going to pin me in the front. I'm going to attempt to outflank with my Bull Warriors though, but this unit here is going to come in. But I've got plenty of Balearic Slingers with an open flank shot on his bronze shields. Bull Warriors are tough though, they'll hold for quite a while even if they're getting out positioned and outflanked. And now they're getting defeated because they're getting a lot of stones coming into them. And I've also got this unit charging in here, Naked Fanatics. Naked Fanatics can be real devastating. I've been war crying quite a bit in this fight and it was panicking his units. And they were fighting bad as a result. But as you can see, if you look at those upgrades, he's got a lot going on there, a lot more than I do. But I managed to outmaneuver him, and I will be able to destroy him as a result of it, or at least his infantry. At this point, I do believe I swap targets to his archers with my Balearic Slingers. Now that I've got his bronze shields positioned and outflanked. And I don't want to hit my own men. As you can see, a lot of his spears are not really hitting anything. He's out positioned. So if you want to check any of the other, none of the other battles are actually started yet. This was a real close battle. And I don't play Spain very much. Like I said, they're my least favourite because they're just so hard to win with. But they're horribly misrepresented. Here he charges some Cavan. Again though, in the forest they are of very limited use and they're going to get destroyed. His Pontic bronze shields are gone. And he should have charged these Balearic Slingers. That would have made a big difference. And I've been taking out quite a lot of his men because they're more compact. So now I'm going to charge his archers. He's still got a unit of Cappadocians out here, and the Gallic players coming in full swing, but it was really good of him not to attack either, well, not to go all out and try and destroy us. This is the problem with these uneven numbered free-for-alls, that can happen. So now I'm going to charge my Bull Warriors into these archers, and they'll destroy them. So that worked out nicely, and that routs them. But I'm going to get charged here by peasants, and they're actually going to win. Oh, they're warhounds, not peasants. They look like peasants though. Now the Gallic player charges in some of his own cavalry, but he'll have limited effect. And I managed to beat the this Pontic player, so I'm pretty happy by this point. But I know I'm doomed not to escape the wrath of the Gallic player. So that's basically me out of the game, but I am fairly happy with the fact that I have beaten the Pontic player with Spain. I had men standing in the end while his were routing, so I consider that winning. It was a very close fight. It was more or less, it would be what you can call a Pyrrhic victory. But not an unsatisfactory one, considering how much better Pontus is than Spain. So, the Roman and the Seleucid player, their fight is fantastically close. I really enjoyed watching it because I was destroyed and I was just sitting here watching this fight. And it's a really cool fight. Roman player, that noise is just steam. I hope they don't pester me too much. The Roman player has 5 units of Legionary First Cohort. Can't tell about upgrades. Looks like he has a Archer unit there, which he looks like he's winning the Archer duel. He's got some Legionary Cohort there, Roman Armed General there, Triarii there, and he does have 3 units of Praetorian Cavalry out here. So this is quite cool. We have a nice forest battle over here, and now we're going to have a nice open plains battle here. Great variety. That's why I love more variety maps over the grassy flatlands. So the Roman will get into position, and he's going to be allowed to throw his peeler. Something that the Seleucid player really shouldn't have let happen. The Roman player shouldn't have let his Triarii come in like this, and he also shouldn't have let his cavalry get so far away from his infantry, because now these cataphracts, they're going to be able to charge them and they're not going to be opposed, or the cavalry are not going to be in time to stop them. So a lot of this Roman infantry is going to suffer a significant blow, and it routs. He could have stopped that happening though, and his Triarii could have been there as a deterrent, but he let that get into the infantry battle, so that wasn't a great idea. But these Legionary First Cohorts are holding in, like the tough nuts that they are, and he gets a full back charge into these cataphracts with these Praetorians, so he does do some damage to those cataphracts, and now the fight's a little more even. He gets into these cataphracts with his Praetorians, and now he's going to bring his general in, I should suspect. Yep. And over here he's actually winning this part, or it's fairly even, so they've both got a piece of the battlefield that they're doing really well on, and it's just a real close fight, and there's no urban cohort. It's brilliant. It's just nice to see a bit of a variation in the Roman army. And here he's going to try and outflank these legionnaires. So the Seleucids have got the infantry, the cavalry superiority, but the Romans have got the infantry superiority, but it's not like, there's not massive superiorities on either end. So it's a very fun fight. I really enjoyed watching it. As you can see, the Seleucids are winning that part, the Romans are winning this part, and he's about to try and outflank here. But I'd be happy if they're happy in either situation. Here the cataphracts come in to outflank, and the Roman player is reacting a wee bit slower, I would say, than the Seleucid player. So here he does a full cav charge. And as you can see, the Seleucid player is starting to gain the edge here, I think. But the Roman player is still putting up a very good fight, and there's still some very tough infantry units available. As you can see, obviously the Gallic player over here has really got no one to fight, and that's sometimes what happens in a 5-player free-for-all. But I consider this to be a very entertaining fight, and this is what I love in Rome Total War, when there's fights that are this close, and you can see tactics being used by both sides, timing with strikes and all sorts of things. In this game, pretty simplistic tactics will generally work. And this is basically just waiting, timing strikes and stuff. Well, I think the Roman player's biggest mistake was letting this cav get drawn way out there, and those cataphracts were able to destroy this side of the field. Otherwise, I think it would have been a lot more even. And letting those Triarii get drawn into the battle as well wasn't the best move. But over here, these first cohort are holding out, doing a lot of damage. Now these Roman cavalry, these Praetorian cavalry come in as well. It's real close. This Roman infantry, because of its such powerful infantry, it's doing so well. It's just, I love it when battles are this close, right down to the wire, particularly when you're actually playing them. Because it really tests timing and skills. So here come as you can see, it's just still going real close, but these cataphracts are probably going to cut. The says they're losing, they're starting to win now, but they're probably going to come out on top. and there's another unit out here that's going to get a charge, the general's unit. So I mean, look at this battlefield. It's just white or grey and red everywhere. A fantastic battle. I really enjoyed watching this. And the Roman cavalry is trapped in there. There's Pila coming in, and that's going to be a little bit interesting. And here the Roman Praetorian cavalry destroyed by these cataphracts. But it's looking like it's hard to say, eh? But this cataphract charge here is going to do some damage. But fantastically close game. Absolutely brilliant. But these cataphracts will turn the tide, I suspect. Right here in the end, they'll turn the tide against the Roman. And look at this, the Seleucid general's right there and the Roman general's right here. So hopefully we get a general battle going on here. Yeah, oh, looks like we could be. Oh, almost turn around, fight each other. It's fun when you see those kind of battles. So look at them duking it out, but the Roman general is now very much surrounded and he will die. And the Seleucid general is just so badass he doesn't even need to view it. He just turns his back and lets it happen. So that was a brilliant fight. Absolutely entertaining beyond comparison. But there's still quite a bit of time here, so this is triple speed, guys. The Gallic player is trying to pick up routers. He probably realises he needs skills. And those cataphracts are running around trying to chase him, but they'll be exhausted and they're not going to catch a light cavalry unit. So he almost caught them there though, because they got fighting. But that's pretty much it. And I thought this was a really good fight, because he admits defeat, but because the game doesn't just let it end there, it has to chase everything, and it's just really annoying. But it was a really good fight, because we got a nice forest battle between me and Pontus in here, and then we got a nice open plains battle up here between the Seleucids and the Julli, and this was just such a good fight. So entertaining. It's just a brilliant fight. But the biggest mistake, I think the Roman could have won this. It was either way, but I think the biggest mistake the Roman did is his cav get so far away that those cataphracts able to get an undisturbed charge right, and those triarii got engaged. If he had those triarii there, it might have been able to deter that, and then he could have drawn his cataphracts away. But it was so close. The Seleucid players barely got anything left. He got a couple of archers and some very depleted cataphracts left. I would not be unsatisfied at all if I were the Roman player. I don't know what's getting chased down. I think there might have been a Pontic unit that stopped routing. But if you look at this battlefield, there's such good stuff here. There's like a nice outcropping here that could be used. There's those forests up there. There's some open areas here. There's a nice hill up here. It's just a good map. Particularly for free-for-alls. It provides a nice variety of terrain and stuff, and this is what I like more in my games. I get bored with the grassy flatlands because it's just, without a doubt, it can be a very boring map. Doesn't mean there's no tactics involved or anything like that, but it's a lot more boring. So here's a couple of regrouped Cappadocian cavalry units that I didn't catch before. So it's nearly over, guys. Unless you want to skip go ahead, unless you want to listen to me waffling, I can completely understand you not wanting to do so. So anyway, this Cappadocian and heavy Pontic cavalry are marching this way. I don't know where the Gallic. I actually don't know where is the Gallic player. I can't even see him. Interesting. Was it him who admitted defeat? It might have been him who admitted defeat. I don't know why though. Yeah, it might have been. Must have been the Gallic player who admitted defeat though. That's weird. They retreat this way. I don't know. Maybe someone admitted defeat though. But I can't find the Gallic army, so I'm assuming it's them. Unless they're all hidden. But But this general unit would have been revealed, would it not? So here's the Pontic stuff going in. Pontic guys charging these catters, but they're going to get surrounded and destroyed. And cataphracts are a lot better than Cappadocians. So I think this was the last man standing fight, so I couldn't see the Gallic player, so I don't know where they went. So maybe the Seleucid player won that. But as you can see, if it had been on a scored basis, I likely would have been third. Pretty good. So yeah, I'll see you next time, guys.